Hi guys, Linda Nicole Stevenson. I guess I'm gonna do my video this week, week 7, on the mandatory reporting. I run into this at times at my work. Just to fill you in, I work at a residential facility for people with disabilities. Those disabilities range from physical disabilities to mental health to autism. Usually there's 2 disabilities, so like an intellectual disability and say bipolar, or intellectual disability and schizophrenia. So these residents live here 24/7. We have about 108 residents living here on 4 neighborhoods. So I work on 2 neighborhoods, and then I do my placement on the other 2. So I guess I'll talk about the mandatory reporting in terms of what we would have to do. So we have a line called Persons for Protections and Care. It's called PPC. That is a line to a group of social workers in a major city in Nova Scotia, Halifax, and we are to report anything that infringes on persons' rights, any crimes that were committed, maybe, one resident hit another, one resident was sexually inappropriate with another, residents can call and report staff. Staff can call on behalf of residents and report an issue. But what we run into a lot is that many of the residents here don't have what you call capacity. And capacity is a little bit different than being considered, incompetent. Capacity for us is just meaning they can't make decisions on their health care or their placement, so where they live or any health decisions. It has nothing to do with finances or reporting for incidents, none of that. So a person can be, very low functioning, but technically is in charge of their money. But that's where I would come in and help manage that and things like that. Now, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But in terms of reporting, this is where it gets kind of sticky. So if a resident, say a nonverbal resident gets hit, and they don't have capacity, some people think that we should report for them every time, which is where I'm at. If they don't have the ability to say, we might as well report it, because I feel like if we don't, that feels not right. And then some residents who are verbal say no, they don't want it reported, but they don't have capacity, but it's not capacity for that decision. But people think, oh, because they don't have capacity, they can't make any decisions. But it's not technically true, even though they might not understand what reporting it means. So we get stuck with a lot of staff not reporting things, staff over-reporting, us kind of as social workers being a little bit confused as to what to report, what not to report. And you get kind of a management side of things saying, why are you reporting every little thing, to some people? Because they have to come down and investigate, and it could be like one resident could hit someone else 15 times a day, just like a slap or something like that. Like it doesn't have to be a serious thing, and some people report every single thing. So they come down for 25 things once a week. You know what I mean? So there's got to be a line there of what we report and what we don't. So that's very unclear in this sort of environment, and that's where I struggle with it. Anytime I see it, I report it. Just because if they don't have capacity, to me, if it's report worthy, I report it. Just to keep everyone safe. Some people think that the family should be in charge of reporting it because they're the decision makers, for example. But again, it's only for placement and health care. Some people twist it and say that being slapped would affect their health because it hurts. I don't know. So leave your comments in the box below. That would be great. Let me know what you think. You know, it's a sticky situation, and I'm not really sure what to do. We've talked about it. I've talked about my supervisor and other social workers, and in similar environments, they're pretty much in the same place as I am. So let me know what you think, and have you ever experienced something like this before, where you feel that you need to report it, but your manager, your boss is saying you don't need to do that? And how does that make you feel, like, ethically, in terms of you're torn between reporting it and then your loyalty to your organization? So let me know, and hope you all have a good week.